And hello everyone, Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble, back again with you. Another beverage today. We're looking at Wiseacre Oktoberfest. Bang, bang. Based out of Memphis, Tennessee. 6% ABV. Another Oktoberfest Marzen style beer that I'm having again. I'm sure you saw my last video where I talked about that in such glowing terms. Of course, Oktoberfest, this beer, as many other Oktoberfest beers, tend to get released sometime around August, early or middle August, and they'll stay on the shelves at your local package store, liquor store, grocery store, wherever you get your stash, until about around the time of Thanksgiving. Then again, some Oktoberfests tend to remain past Thanksgiving and it will still be on the shelf. But um, again, depends where you are across the country right now. I know I'm living down here in the southeast part of the country, living here in Mobile, Alabama. It's still bloody hot, very, very hot. And we don't really get much. We do get some cool, nice fall-like temperatures, but it's still I don't say cold, but it's still humid, comfortable but still humid. So in any event, you know, so but hopefully by then the weather will be slowly begin to change and it will be back to um, start to feel like September. Where it's in the 70s. Starting to feel like in the 70s, in the 80s, 70s, instead of this 100+ degree temperature that we're still getting down here. So, yeah, it's kind of how it goes. It's how we roll here. So, here's what the beer looks like, folks, as you can see. A nice color, typical, most Oktoberfest style. It's very reddish sort of color. Sure you get some of the flavors of raisin, clover, some form of yeast. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a scent of like a bread some smell to this beer. Sweet bread kind of smell. Oh yeah. Smells pretty good. Raisin like. Onto the taste. Sweet bread. The yeast is really kind of in this. It's really kind of very nice flavor to this Marzen. The Shiner one wasn't really. I mean, it was good, but I wouldn't go all gaga over it. I mean, nice is. I had this at room. I had this in my fridge for a few days now, but a real nice, good finish to this, and a nice, good aftertaste going down to it. I think this is really good. Again, this is not my favorite style of beer, folks. I just don't. Um, there's a sweetness going down, flavor to this. Um, Almost like a butterscotch candy. This is good. Last I was in Memphis was 2017 with my significant my former current. I don't know what I am with that lady right now, but anyway, we were in Memphis with her niece and our goddaughter, and we had a good time. We had, went through the National Civil Rights Museum, and we also, went through Mud Island, just a lot of different spots throughout Memphis, and it was really a very fun, enjoyable trip. Really just had a great time and enjoyed ourselves. But anyway, noticed some of the local beer scenes, just getting a chance to kind of peek through and look around, like what was going on here, what's going on here, and it was interesting. It was a lot of cool stuff, and we knew talking to some of the people there, they were talking about Wiseacre, and I'm like, okay, all right, different beers and whatnot. I've had their the tiny bomb, their blonde ale. That's the only beer I've had from them. Outside of that, I haven't really had anything else that's on this table. And of course, now this beer I've had, this Oktoberfest. Again, this beer style started in Germany and has made its way here. Of course, during the month of October, it is sort of a very strong, not overly strong, but a very strong sort of. It's a combination of I guess you could say strong ale, meaning versus I'll say strong ale, but sort of the traditional what beer was back in then, not just in Germany but globally, and using with some of the ingredients that they have, yeast, water, malts, and whatnot. And but this is having a very good finish to this, and I think the folks at Wiseacre really kind of did a pretty good job on this beer. Um, it definitely was a lot better than what I had from the other day from Shiner with their Oktoberfest. And I got one more Oktoberfest I'm going to review, which will be in a couple of days, and that is the Paulaner Oktoberfest. And then after that, I'll be done with all Oktoberfest beers for the rest of the year. Again, this is not my favorite style. I don't particularly care for it. I don't just don't really find it that appealing. But food pairings, of course, anything that is within the holiday tradition, turkey, pie, anything with sort of like a good starch, like yams or squash, acorn squash, um, butternut squash, things like that. Um, this beer would kind of pair well with that style, for Thanksgiving dinner. Strong, can kind of contemplate all the different flavors and seasonings, with the clover, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, you know, some of the sweetness, brown sugar, kind of taste. Oktoberfest will kind of fit into that, will pair well with that sort of meal, with the turkey and all that stuff. So nice sweetness. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with this. Again, not my style, but I think they did really, really well with this beer. So I'm gonna go on and on. I'm gonna give this beer a. I'll give this beer a B plus. This would be an 8.8, 8.7, 8.8 score for me. So B plus for the Wiseacre Oktoberfest. Again, I'm sure you've been to many beer festivals, many beer events going around town in your neighborhood. I'm sure they are having, sort of their version of Oktoberfest, version of their beer festival with the style of beer. So I say have at it. It's good. Again, not my favorite style, but a good beer to consume, you know, from time during this season, which is Oktoberfest, September. But anyway, that's my score, 8.7 B plus. John Henderson, Pierre the Beverage Ramble Team. Keep on watching. Always cheers. Live, laugh, and love. October, October, October. Fest. Yay.